Hello everyone, Counterspell Hater here, back with another EDH guide. Today we are looking at another commander from Streets of New Cabina. I am not certain. Lord Xander the Collector. This is a brutal commander. If you just read, you'll simply know why. So this deck is built around his attack trigger. And mostly around like the mill itself, not like trying to get by or anything. But you don't have to follow this guide. It could be as easy to be. You go off of or it's death trigger. Anyways, let's get to it. Oh, but before I do, please like and subscribe and comment on the video first. You're the first one, you know the deal. Just name the commander and I will be on my way to dedicate a future episode to said commander. Let's get into it. Ruvank, the Grand Delinquent. He doubles up our mills. So this could be just a one-turn kill off of Lord Xander. Fraying Sanity can do the same thing. Consuming Aberration is going to be monstrously powerful in this deck. And this can also help mill our opponents even faster. Jace's Phantasm, easy 5/5 for 1 blue mana that also has Flying Tormod's Crypt, exile everything from someone's graveyard. Keening Stone, can mill someone for a lot. Crypt Incursion, this can help us gain a lot of life and prevent a like something like Rise of the Dark Realms or Rush from the Dark Realms from being like devastating or just absolutely horrific. It can really like minimize the effects of it. Guild Feeder can deal a lot of damage. Well, make people lose a lot of life, I should say. Rexiel, since we're milling a lot of cards off of our opponents, we'll have a lot of selection for instants and or sorcerers most likely. Hopefully. So in that sense, we put Rexiel in here so that we can take advantage of that. Sir Conrad Grimm to deal a lot of damage since we're milling a lot of cards. And that is going to be creature cards that we're milling, or for whenever creatures die, or a creature card leaves our graveyard. Sewer Nemesis, just another big creature for ridiculously cheap. Bone Horde, once again, taking advantage of how much we're milling people for. Right of Precinct 6, same thing. Mordivore, another great creature. The Scarab God, take advantage of graveyards by sort of reanimating them on our side, but also not, because the way we reanimate is by exiling that creature card from that graveyard and creating a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4. So that way our opponent can most likely never get it back, and we get what we want. So nice creature. Ashiok, the Nightmare Weaver, is amazing. Can get rid of all cards from all opponents' hands and graveyards. And then with the -X, we can get something really scary. And since we'll have a wide selection due to the size of graveyards and when they're exiled, it's going to be a lot of trouble for our opponents. Profane Memento can really put us back into the game, help us attack safely without having to worry about life total, and more so prioritize our commander maybe by helping us gain life. Visions of Dread, since we'll have a lot of creature cards in our opponent's graveyards. Once again, big selection, so allow us to get something possibly scary. Geth, Lord of the Vault, Visions of Dread, except most likely better. Can also get artifacts and mills players while we do it. Lazav, the Mere Mastermind, is amazing because whenever, well, you know, you can just read the text. And since we're milling so many, we can essentially decide like when we want to change Lazav, and God knows what we could turn him into. Depends on what's in our opponent's decks and who we attack. Cemetery Reaper. We can exile cards from graveyards to create 2/2s. Relic Golem, easy, 3 mana, 6/6 in this deck. Blood Chief Ascension. If we get the amount of quest counters needed for the mill trigger, then this could just kill a lot. This could just kill our opponents and gain us a whole bunch of life. And it's nice and cheap. Hedonist Trove. This could get us some lands we may need. Some very good lands, like I don't know. I don't see Gaia's Cradle being useful, really. But let me know if you do. I mean, you can copy a bunch of stuff like with Lazav and all that. But I do see like just like fetch lands in general being useful, isolated watchtower, all that stuff, and also being able to cast online cards, exile with Hedonist Trove. Pretty nice. Puppeteer Click, once again, reanimation, same thing, same deal with like that whole selection I've been talking about, having that variety. Undead Alchemist. This is purely because we're milling. I have this in here for its second line of text. Since a good amount of creature cards could be put into a graveyard within a turn, giving us a lot of zombies and allowing us to safely block and attack, maybe. And this could also be a win condition because of how much we mill. And this really just foils the plans of most green-black players and just like graveyard players in general. Cling to Dust to gain some life or draw cards. Since we are using mostly instant sorceries, if we do have stuff that like dies or we are getting milled, then that can be very useful for us. The Thoughty Voidwalker, this is amazing. Once again, reduce the effects of like a Rise from the Dark Realms, like to like minimal or even 0. This can really help us out. Ghoul's Night Out. Give us like some really scary creatures. Our opponents most likely won't be getting back. Maybe Author of Shadows. It's okay. Now this is still a pretty good card because of the amount of selection we'll have available to us, and also being able to like make sure our opponents don't get all those cards in their graveyard back. Graveyard Trespasser on one side to help us gain life and drain our opponents, and Graveyard Glutton on the other. Just exiling a bunch of cards, more likely creature cards. Dreadhound, really another amazing card, can drain our opponents for life. And speaking of Rise of the Dark Realms, here it is. So if we don't want to really exile, if we draw this, we don't really want to exile, but still, I mean, with how much we mill, this could just outright end the game. We could find an infinite combo in creatures, who knows? Rise from the Grave, minimal scale. Rise from the Dark Realms. Fated Return, get something back. Ghastly Conscription. This is an amazing card. because we can get like all the creature cards from target player's graveyard, and then and since those are all creatures and they're going to be manifest, our opponent doesn't know what it is, and we can turn it up face up anytime for its mana cost at any time. So they'll only know what it is when it's too late. Ever after to get at least 2. It does go back into our deck, but it goes on the bottom. Sazat's Will. This is an amazing card because it can get rid of the biggest creature on our opponent's boards and exile the creature with the greatest power in our opponent's graveyards. And also creates a whole bunch of 0-1 little blockers. Dredge the Mire. Our opponent does get to choose, but they're gonna have to choose carefully. And we can also exile cards to like give them essentially no choice. Animate Dead, just get something back. Beacon of Unrest is a great card. You can get an artifact or creature card from our graveyard, from any graveyard on the battlefield under our control, and it's shuffled back into our library. So this could end up being very deadly. Can get us probably an infinite combo because most infinite combos just include artifacts or creatures, from what I've seen. Conjurer's Closet. This is in here more for Lord Xander's ETB effect. Even though I said this would be based more around his attack triggers, by this time I was kind of losing like ideas of like, and I was still searching, but still fine. Liliana, Waker of the Dead. She's in here for her emblem. And that's really it. Hand Harmonicon to double up ETB triggers on artifacts and or creatures. Sepulchral Primordial, pretty scary card, especially since this can get some blue cards, creature cards which can copy it. I mean, excuse me, but that can be scary. Just which can then copy Sepulchral Primordial. Ashen Powder, still good. Mnemonic Betrayal. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm butchering that for sure. This temporarily gets rid of like cards in your opponent's all your opponent's graveyards, but they will get them back at the beginning of the next end step. If any of those cards remained exiled. But still wide variety, so could find you something you need, maybe for an infinite combo. Diluvian Primordial. Since our opponents are going to have a lot of instant sorceries, most likely in their graveyard, or some, we'll be able to use Diluvian Primordial to take advantage of like that and all that mill. Shrine Resonator to double up attack triggers from our commander. And then Shelldock Isle, since someone's gonna have less than 20 cards in their library. I mean, come on. Isolated Watchtower to help us with mana. Then 16 islands, 16 swamps, and 16 mountains. And with that, the end of this commander guide, starring Lord Xander the Collector. That's going to be it. Please like and subscribe. From what I've checked so far, we're only at 24. Just any of you, one or more of you subscribe, and then we're at 25 plus. I encourage you guys to subscribe. Thank you to the 24 who've currently been subscribed. Don't forget to like this video and please comment. If you first one comment, you know the deal. You just name the commander. I'll dedicate a future episode to said commander. And don't forget to hit the notification bell that way you don't miss any content that comes from this channel and share this video along with other videos found on my channel with other people. Go watch those videos, obviously. And that is it. I will see you guys next time.